Hi, my name is Sue Henderson, and I have a company called Connecting Hearts Home Care. I have a story that I would like to share. A year ago, my husband and I traveled to Indiana to a family Thanksgiving dinner. When we got there, there was a lot of family things, and sitting in the living room was a lady that I just couldn't take my eyes off of. She had a sparkle to her eyes, she had a great smile, and she just talked to everybody. So later after dinner, when some of the families had left, I went to Rita, who's her daughter, and I said, Rita, there's something special about your mom. What is it? I can't take my eyes off of her. And so Rita started thinking, going, well, it's about my mom. What's special, there? And then she says, about 8 years ago, my mom was going to the hospital a lot, and because she wasn't drinking enough water. And I go, really? Because what I want to tell you is that in my home care business, we assist a lot of people in homes. And one of the biggest problems that we have is they don't drink enough water, and as a result, their health declines. So here I'm looking at Mary, and Rita's telling me she had a lot of health issues until she started drinking more. So I would like to introduce you to Mary and have her tell you her story.
I'm Mary Boyer, and I'm 97 years old. About 7 or 8 years ago, I had to go to the hospital about every month because I needed water, they told me. And so the doctor would tell me that I should start drinking 60 ounces of water a day. And so I started that, and before I knew it, I didn't have to go to the hospital anymore. And so that seemed to take care of everything.
So what kind of symptoms, what were you feeling that would put you into the hospital?
Well, I just had all along my back and legs and all, it was just a terrible feeling, hurt. And I done that and if somebody would have to take me to the hospital, I just couldn't stand it. And so they'd keep me overnight and send me home the next morning, and I was all right till for another month.
Well, when I remember Rita telling me that you would go into the hospital and they would give you IV
Yes,
fluids.
oh yeah.
And they would give you the extra fluid your body needed, and then you would go home.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's when you started to feel better.
Yeah.
So you'd go home, and then you'd feel better, and then you started getting those symptoms all over again?
Yes, that's right.
When the doctor said to you, Mary, you need to drink 60 ounces of water a day, did you go home and begin to drink that?
Well, yes, I mean, pretty soon after that, I did. I'd take a little bit more at a time, and until I got to 60 ounces. And then I done that for quite a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's my understanding that it's been 9 years that you have been drinking this much water.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's great, Mary. And when what would you like to tell people about water?
Well, that's very good for you. It sure helped me a lot.
Would you
saved on the hospital bills too.
That's true. That is so true. I remember you telling me a story about your friends. And do you remember that?
Yes. And they all said, oh, we can't drink that much water. We'd be in the bathroom all the time. And of course I told them, well, the more you drink, your body gets used to it. And anyway, it has helped me a lot, saved me a lot of hospital bills.
Yes. Well, and that's great. And I also remember you telling me if your friends would start complaining, oh, I don't feel good here or there, what would you tell them?
I tell them to drink more water, but the trouble of it is, they didn't believe me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they just wouldn't believe me. Please drink more water. That's
Yes. Yeah.
wonderful for you, for your body.
So Mary, I thank you so much for letting me come and sharing your story. I can tell you that when I left Rita's home that Thanksgiving Day, I was driving home with my husband, and I said, you know what? I question how much water I'm drinking because I like water.
Uh-huh.
So I went home and I filled up 2 jugs that equaled 64 ounces, and I took it to work the next day, and from that day forward I do drink 64 ounces a day.
Well, that's
And
wonderful.
that's because of you.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad I...
Yes. So actually I thank you, Mary. Thank you very much.
So do you drink 60 ounces of water a day? So my name is Mary, and I'm 97 years old, and I drink 60 ounces of water a day.